We are headed to the wedding.
Super excited.
So excited. We've got all of our glam and glitter and jewels on. We're in this really cool little Uber with this rustic kind of leather look. So definitely befitting our station at the moment, I think.
So.
And we are going to be arriving fashionably late, unfortunately, but as is life in India and Delhi.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll start late, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully it'll start about 25 minutes late.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be on time, really.
So we'll show you guys what it's like when we get in. So we've got all this food. They just keep bringing us more and more. And this, which is apparently quite sweet. It's not actually savory. We were hanging out downstairs for a while, just getting served loads and loads of food and loads of drinks until the bride's brother and sister came up to us and said that the bride had requested that we come up so that we could have a chat with her. So we went upstairs, started seeing her get her photo shoot being taken, which was really cool. There were literally just so many photographers around her at all times. And then when she wasn't getting her photos taken, we were kind of just sitting in the back, chatting, having a laugh, talking. Also, if you can hear noises in the background, I am currently in Jaipur, so that's why there's so much noise. I could have filmed in my room, but I don't know, I think it's nicer that you guys get to hear, you know, the real India, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, how incredibly beautiful was this bride? Going back to being in Delhi, yeah. No, she was just such an amazing person as well. I mean, her brother and her sister as well, like the whole family, they were just so kind to us. And I mean, asking us to come up and be like in her kind of room at her special day, it was just so incredibly kind. And after that, because we were upstairs for about like an hour, we headed back downstairs and it was so much busier than it had been before. So we realized that even though we thought that we had arrived late, we actually had arrived early. Then we saw that everyone was going outside, so we went out to see what all the commotion was about, and everyone started dancing. It was so amazing. It really opened my eyes as to why people always say that you have to go to an Indian wedding. It was just so incredibly full of life. Yeah, it was, I mean, look at the, like the pink hats. No, not hats. Okay, if anyone knows what they're called, please comment down below because I feel like an idiot after just saying hats. But there, if you look at the left, you can see the groom. He was arriving on a horse and carriage. Oh, here he is being pulled forward and everyone's dancing. There were so many photographers. And the groom himself, he was probably sitting outside for maybe like an hour and a half. That was probably the thing that I thought was the most mad about the wedding, is that like it was just like a one big photo shoot kind of. You know, everybody was just taking pictures and it seemed like everyone was having fun. Well, including me, as you can see me dancing here. But yeah, it seemed like everyone was having fun, kind of apart from the bride and the groom. Now, not to say that they weren't actually having fun themselves, but they were kind of just sitting around waiting for a lot of it while everybody else was dancing, having fun, listening to music, chatting, eating food. I mean, when we were up with the bride, she said that she literally hadn't eaten anything all day. And I mean, I'm not sure about the groom because I only really got to chat to him at the end. He was absolutely surrounded by people the entire time that we were there. But yes, me being me, I had to do some dancing, which at the time I thought I was doing very well. Now that I look back on it, it's slightly cringy, but hey, look, you back it. So here's the groom. There he is, looking absolutely fantastic. And yeah, like I said, just absolutely covered in, like surrounded by people. But we move on. So after Delhi, we went to Agra. Went to the Taj Mahal. I don't know why I paused for so long there. Went to the Taj Mahal, which was incredible, but it was kind of annoying. So basically, we met this guy who told us that we shouldn't go in the morning because it would be too foggy. I didn't believe him. So I went in the morning and yes, it was too foggy. We still got some like really nice pictures and videos, so you can check them out on my Instagram. Sean Hammond's if you want to have a look at those. I also got some cool videos of this guy. He was really cool though. He was like a photographer, so he was filming us. We were filming him, taking a load of pictures and videos. But this is how foggy it was. And this wasn't even like when we arrived. This video that I took was probably around maybe 9 o'clock. And we had arrived at around maybe 7-ish, like 6:37. Because I think it opens at, like, look at this. Look at that. You literally can't see anything. And it was worse, if you can believe it, when we arrived. So to be honest, I'm not actually sure if it's just because it's in the winter that it was so foggy. But I would advise maybe doing a bit of research and actually going later on in the day. Because, yeah, I mean, it was nice because there was pretty much no one there. But or maybe there were people there, we just couldn't see them because of the fog. But it was pretty intense. I was kind of hoping that we'd able... So like this is... You should be able to see the Taj Mahal in this shot here. But no, you just couldn't see anything at all. Which, yeah, I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like I'm going to have to go back now. Here's Gina showing a picture of what it's supposed to look like. But that is not quite the view that we got. Obviously, it was still cool to go, but it's really expensive as well. You know, most attractions that I've been to tend to be like 200 rupees or 500 rupees, which is about like $3 to $6 or $7. But to go to the Taj Mahal, it's about like 1,200 rupees, which is about maybe $15. So I'm at the Taj Mahal, but unfortunately we can't really see anything because of the fog, but it still is incredibly beautiful. We've kind of had a walk around to the gardens, went up to the actual Taj Mahal itself, and yeah, while it's really foggy and unfortunately the view isn't amazing, it still is really beautiful, and I'm so happy that I decided to come. I think I definitely will be coming later on. I was told by a friend that I should probably not come in the morning because it's quite foggy, but I looked on YouTube and saw so many people coming for sunrise, but I don't know, maybe that's in the summer instead of the winter because it is extremely foggy and it's not supposed to lift until around 11 o'clock, I think. And yes, we came for sunrise, which means we arrived here at about 6:30, so we're probably not going to stay until it reaches 11 because that's just too long. Obviously, me being me, I did not let the fog hold me back though, so decided to try and get some cool cinematic shots. So yes, crayons, thank you for this amazing jewelry. If you want to have a look at my page on Instagram, you'll see my reel of the wedding. And in that reel, you'll see that I've tagged 2 different pages. One of them is the page of the artist who created this fantastic ensemble that I'm wearing. The clothes, yes. And then the other one is the jewelry account. So if you like what you see, then 100% check it out. Kind of just like walking all around the place. I thought, you know, if I walk down and then right and then left, I could edit it and make it look really cool. You can see Gina on the right. She was on a phone call at the time, not paying any attention to me because I was just walking around trying to look cool. I did actually end up getting 1 or 2 shots that were quite nice, especially kind of with the fog. You know, I was trying to use it to my advantage, seeing as it had ruined. We had this idea of this thing we were going to do, and yeah, it just didn't really work. But after Agra, because we only really did the Taj Mahal, and then we headed here to Jaipur and went to Amber Fort, which was amazing. Got the student pass as well, which meant that we didn't have to pay as much, which is always nice. Just arrived at Amber Fort. It cost 100 to get in, because 150 because I gave them my old student ID, so that worked pretty well. Don't know why I haven't thought about doing that before. I'm definitely going to try it more in the future,
because it's 500 for a foreign national, but then it's only 150 for foreign students, which is why it was so much cheaper for me to get in this time. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what the fort looks like. It is absolutely beautiful.
Hi, India is amazing.
India is amazing, you had it here. Thank you very much. You agree? India is amazing? Yeah? We love India. What are your names, guys? Risham, Aaron, and Apur. Lovely to meet you guys. Are you from? Nice to meet you too.
Nearby Agra.
Oh, nearby Agra.
Do you have YouTube channel?
I'm just starting YouTube. I have Instagram, but I'm just starting YouTube.
Your good name?
Yeah, Sean.
Where are you?
I'm from Ireland.
Ireland.
Ireland, yes. Really lovely to meet you too. Sorry, I only have the left hand. Lovely to meet you guys. So there you've got it. Indian people are so friendly. Like they literally just see me making a little video and they come up to say hi. I love it. Everyone in this country has always just been so friendly to me. Well, I'm gonna go with 97% of people have been so friendly. Anyway, yeah, I've been talking for ages, so I'm gonna finally show you guys what this fort is like.
I know I kind of promised, or not promised, but said that I was going to stop talking, but you know me, I'm just going to keep talking. This place was really beautiful. I think it's more beautiful than the one in Jaipur, but I do think that my favorite is still the one in Jaisalmer. That one is just, I mean, it's called the Golden City, you know, like how could something be better than a place called the Golden City? Just amazing. And now I'm pretty sure that Jaipur is the pink city, and then Jodhpur is the blue city. But yeah, I mean, which one do you think sounds better? Gold city, blue city, or pink city? I mean, I think it has to be gold, right? When we were at this place, there were at least, I'm gonna go with 12. Yeah, I think there were probably about 12 people who stopped me along the way and wanted to take a picture with me. Obviously, you know, I don't mind. It does get a little bit old after a while, kind of just being stopped all the time when you're kind of just trying to walk around and have a look. I think at the start, you kind of take it as a compliment, but then you realize that it's not because you're good looking, it's just because you're a foreigner. So then after that, anyway, we headed to another location, which we had heard quite a lot about and thought that it was going to be incredibly beautiful. And the way there was amazing. And like when you walk all the way to the far end, you see this amazing wall. But we thought that we were actually going to get to walk on the wall. It's kind of like the Great Wall of India. And by that, obviously, you know, I mean, it's kind of like the Great Wall of China, but in India. And it's huge. So I don't really have much film of it because, well, they wouldn't let us on it. So we kind of just went around the side. But it was still really cool.
It's quite high up into the mountains, which means that there is a phenomenal view of the surrounding city. And here it is.
So despite not being able to go on the wall and climb across the wall, it was still amazing to be able to have this incredible view of the city. It was wild as well, because I think that the population of Jaipur, I could be wrong now when I say this, but I think it's around 5 million. And the population of Ireland, where I'm from, is 5 million. So that was just wild to me. This here is a floating palace. Apparently you used to be able to go out to it, but unfortunately, yeah, you're just not allowed anymore. We got a tuk-tuk about half the way back to our accommodation, but it was a bit too expensive to go the whole way, so we just decided that we'd get the metro. I have only ever done it once before in India, and it was in the south of India. It was when I was in Chennai.
Many stairs. We've decided to get a metro instead of paying for another tuk-tuk because we've already paid for like 3 today and it's kind of racking up. So apparently this should only be 10 rupees instead of paying another 100 for a auto rickshaw. Sorry, they're not called tuk-tuks here. So yeah, we'll see what it's like. I don't think it's going to be like one of the crazy ones. It seems like, well, first of all, there's no one here, so I feel like it's not going to be too crazy.
So I was pretty right. There was absolutely nobody here. The ticket, yes, the ticket cost 12 rupees, as you can see here, because we went to Sindhi camp. So it was 12 rupees, not 10, but I mean that's about, what, 14 cents or something? So yeah, incredibly cheap. It was only one stop, to be fair, but it saved us, yeah, over like 100 rupees instead of having to get another auto rickshaw. So yeah, it's always nice. And they give you these two like little coin kind of chips.
So we got our tokens. Gonna slot them in over there. It's kind of cool that they give you the tokens. And yeah, I got 1 rupee change. It was 12 rupees each, which is what, about 13 cents dollar-wise. Gotta put my bag in there now and then go through this.
So on the way, you don't actually slot your coin in because you got to keep it with you. So you just tap it up against the side, kind of like I mean, we use cards in Ireland, and I'm pretty sure you use them in like England and stuff as well, for like subways. But here, yeah, you just use a little coin. So we had to make sure that we stopped on the right side because we didn't want to end up in the wrong place. But we had a quick look up, and there it is, Sindhi Camp, platform 2. So we waited for the train to arrive, and yeah, I mean, I was kind of right. It wasn't too packed at all. There weren't that many people. I think the subways tend to be pretty chill. It's more so the overhead ones, kind of through the cities in Delhi and Mumbai. Those are the ones that can be quite packed. So when you get off, you just slot your little coin into the slot, and that's it. You head off, 13 cents, and you get it. Handy, nice and easy. So then after Jaipur, oh no, sorry, this is still Jaipur, yes. So we went to the stepwell. You're actually not allowed down, but I showed the guy my Instagram account and he told me that I could do it, but that he was gonna pretend as though he wasn't looking, because otherwise you have to pay. Now I'm actually not sure if it's 500 or if it's 50. There was a 5 and a 0, but I'm not sure if it was 500 or 50, but basically there's a fine and you're really not supposed to go down the stepwell. It seems like it's the same way with a lot of stepwells, but then there are stepwells that you are allowed into and down as well, so very much so depends on where you go. After that, we went to the Monkey Temple.
There were a couple of little kids down below who were telling us that for 500 rupees they would rip the monkeys off our back, but we decided to go against it. So we'll see now if that was a horrible decision and if we should have just paid the $6 to have a monkey guide or a monkey protector. Here they are now. There are quite a few of them, to be fair. So we will see what happens. Hopefully it's going to be all good.
So it seemed like the monkeys were all kind of just at the entrance because there were so many when we were walking up, and then yeah, there were barely any at all once we kind of arrived at the temple itself. Once we did arrive, so it took about 15 minutes to walk there, which is pretty chill, I think, it's not too strenuous. And it was quite a nice walk as well, it was like cool. There were like old steps and it wasn't like that rough terrain, but at the same time, it wasn't just like a normal kind of path, so it wasn't boring. It was kind of cool, and we just chatted, the whole way down. Had a little look at the view, which was beautiful, and you can see right over there, that is the Monkey Temple. Once we arrived down to the bottom, we saw that there were a few women chanting, walking in circles. We were very interested as to what they were doing. Weren't too sure. And then we headed into the temple itself, which is the thing that you're looking at right here. We got blessed by the priest, which sounds a little something like this. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit upsetting because he kind of scammed us afterwards. Yeah, it was just, I just really don't like it when that kind of happens, because you know, you have this really wholesome experience. And then he was like, yeah, you have to pay 500 rupees, even though we'd already paid an entrance fee of like 100 rupees. And yeah, he was like, if you don't pay, then, you know, it's like bad karma. So it just wasn't very nice, I think. Like, you shouldn't be using religion to try scam people. Anyway, it is what it is. After that, we actually nearly left. We nearly went like home before realizing that there was this entire like ancient village kind of behind with all of these other temples. There was a little bathing spot as well, but there were a bunch of women in there, so I figured it probably wouldn't be too good if I jumped in.
So we actually nearly missed this entire section. We just went to the temple, Hanuman's temple, and we were about to walk away when we realized that we were pretty sure that there was more to it. And so we walked back down, and this is the view that we can now see. It's pretty amazing, but it's even better on the other side. Yeah, this place is incredible.
So yeah, this place was pretty incredible. If you're in Jaipur, 100%, you have to come here. It was just beautiful, like all of these ancient kind of buildings, like in between the mountains. It was just phenomenal. Now, to be fair, I say ancient. I think it was built in the 15th century, so it's what, like 550, 600, yeah, about 650 years old. I think that kind of constitutes as ancient, but we had a really fun time. Although, yeah, the camera thing was a bit weird, being charged extra for having to bring a camera in. But look, I suppose that's just the way they make their money. So no issue there. We just used Gina's phone for everything. This is Callum, by the way. Callum is Irish and he's from Limerick as well as me. It was such a coincidence. We met him when we were in Agra, just at a restaurant, and I heard his accent and I was like, no way, he's Irish. And I had a feeling that he was from Limerick, which is, yeah, where I'm from. So I asked him and he was like, yeah, I'm from Limerick. Turns out he's just 1 year younger than me, so we know a lot of the same people. And when we were leaving, the women weren't bathing anymore, it was guys. So Callum and I asked if we could join in. The guys were super friendly, so they were like, yeah, definitely come in, join us. So it was actually holy water, so he blessed us while we were in there, which was really lovely. You can see Callum's face there. It was pretty cold. Although we should be used to it by now, being from Ireland. Especially I used to go for sea swims a lot. But, oh, here we go. I'm about to be blessed by one of the guys. So yeah, they literally just like scoop the holy water, pour it over your head, and that is you being blessed. It was such a lovely experience, just hanging out with a couple of guys, laughing, joking around, splashing. And yeah, I mean, it's an experience that I feel like you don't get to do too often, where you're just fully immersed and just having a good time, you know, like we're not trying to get anything out of them, they're not trying to get anything out of us. We're literally all just standing around having a good time. Now, at the end, they did want a picture, of course, but I mean, more than happy to oblige when it comes to that. And then, yeah, we got back on the road, busy as always, and got ready to head off the next day to Pushkar. And then after Pushkar, we headed to Jaipur, which is where I am now. So if you want to see what Pushkar and Jaipur are like, and probably Jaisalmer as well, make sure that you tune in to the next video and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.